Hi guys, welcome again to another video of this 5-cent tarot by Madam Clara. And I've just finished the first video of review. I didn't think it's going to be that long, but it did. So I'm going to make this third video of Madam Clara tarot, 5-cent tarot, of how it shuffles, and we're going to do a deck interview. Yeah, basically with this deck interview I would try to make it into 3 piles, because it's not just me, isn't it? Am I going to put in the first? No, I'm not going to include this one because this is not the part of the original deck. That's the first edition deck. So I'm going to make 3 piles of interview with this deck, because I think there's different people who would be interested on why they want to work with this deck, or want to purchase, or want to let go of it. So I'm going to do 3 different kind of readings. Okay, first of all, let's see how it shuffles. This is how I shuffles my card. I don't do the refer shuffles like this, you know. So no, yeah, let's see how it shuffles. It shuffles not very easily because it's a bit stiff, but never mind, we'll just like shuffle it a few times, because I also don't want to break the deck really. As a riffle shuffle, I don't think it's a really good deck to do that with, primarily because it's quite stiff card and it has a thin layer of gold, not gilding, what do you call it, like on the side like this, and I don't think you want to break it with the riffle shuffle. Okay, so basically with this, working with the new deck interview, I will ask 4 questions and I will do 3 different cards. Let's start with question number 4, because then it's came up nicely. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the question number 4 is, what card in this deck is showing up as a deep teacher for me? What card in this deck is showing up as a deep teacher for the collective? I'm going to take, oops, I'm going to take that. This. Okay, let's do question number 3. How do you offer and deliver wisdom? Their spirit. How do you offer and deliver wisdom? Okay. What work are you meant to do with me? What work are we meant to do together? What type of energy work are we meant to do together? What type of work of energy that we meant to do together? Whoops. Okay. So let's do 3 questions. Okay, so the first one, if you're interested in this Saraswati stone, you will pick pile number 1. This is the the reptilian brain, okay? The cephalopod brain, what have you. And the second one is with the paleo mama brain, okay? And the third one is the neo mama brain with this skull, Atlantean crystal skull. Okay, so I don't know how to edit this straight to the timeline thing, where I can see from the other tarot reader done. So you have to do yourself the timeline. Okay, let's do the first pile first. So pile number 1, if you're interested in this stone, the Saraswati stone, basically this is a fossil. So this is your reading with the Madam Clara. If you're interested in working with her, what type of energy, what kind of work that you meant to do with Madam Clara tarot decks. Okay. For the first question is King of Buttons in reverse. What is avarice means? Unsavvy. Rigidity. Okay, so this is the first question. What kind of work are you meant to do work together? And the first thing that I see is rigidity with the avarice. I don't know what avarice means, or unsavviness. So maybe this is probably working with your capability of being stable in the world, and in the term of finance, you know. So this deck will help you how to attain that with the type of work. Okay, something to do with finance and the inability of being stable in financially, or being grounded in the world, probably also the unsavviness. Okay, and the second question is, how do you offer and deliver wisdom? Second card. Oh, with the tower. If you see the second video of this deck, I'm talking a lot about this tower. So this is basically this tower is made of turtles on top of each other, and it's kind of breaking down, and it's and the turtles live long, you know. It has a very long longevity. So basically, I think what this deck want to say to you, it's to offer wisdom on how to unravel old beliefs that's passing down to you by your tradition, your family tradition, your nation tradition, your community tradition that doesn't work for you. So this deck want to work with you on that, you know. And I have a feeling there's a lot of take it as resonance, but there's a lot of false belief that passed down to you about money, about groundedness, about how you can work in the world, you know. So okay, that's the second one. And the third one is, what card is the deep teacher or deep learning for me in this deck? So this is the inner journey with the 8 of Cups. Learn how to walk away and being introspective. Oh my god, this is okay. So if you pick this Saraswati stone, which is actually a fossil of the mollusk, that's the number 25th of the special deck, the special cards of this deck. It's basically, I think it's talking about, this deck will help you work with people-pleasing behavior, and how, and and how you need to go to the inner journey, walking away from the BS or the false belief that being passed down to you by your community, especially when it comes about groundedness and financial security. Okay, and more like into introspection. Yeah, this is what it is. With all of these cups, it's kind of talking to me that you've been going to a lot of social meeting or be in a social setting that you're not necessarily happy with, and it is time, you know, it is time to see if you got like invitation to go somewhere, to see some people. Is it really necessary? Is it just going to furthering my false belief on certain things, you know? So yeah, group one, this is what the deck says to you if you choose to work with this deck, Madam Clara 5-cent tarot. Okay, so yeah, thank you for watching this video, and let's see what is the second pile will bring. Okay, thank you. Hi, pile number 2. If you're choosing this magnificent tiger, like the one that in the last card by Aleister Crowley, this is your reading, and this is talking about the neo-mammal brain. So yeah, let's say it from the beginning. Okay, if you're decided to study with this, study tarot or read tarot with the Madam Clara 5-cent tarot, what is this deck will bring with you? Okay, what kind of work that you meant to do together, pile number 2. So it is the energy of the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Cups with the lamentation, the pessimism. So basically the energy of you know, the spilled milk, always thinking about the spilled milk, or the things that you could have done differently. So this is like would have, could have, should have kind of type of energy. This is what the offering of this deck want to work with you. Okay, type of energy of the 5 of Cups. And the second question is, how do you offer and deliver wisdom? So what kind of wisdom, what kind of energy wisdom this deck would want to work with you and would give you? The Hangman. Again, yeah. Wow, this is all like the major arcana came out for the wisdom. Awesome deck. So the Hangman is, if you see the previous video that I did, I also talk about it a lot. It's about a different perspective. Like the bat, they see with the sound, you know, they see things with the sonar, right? So a lot of them are blind, actually. So they see differently. They see different perspectives. So maybe, yeah, with this spilled milk, it wants to give the wisdom of a different way of seeing things. Yeah, probably you could have done things differently, but this kind of perspective, you know. Okay. So the last question is, what card in this deck showing up as a deep teacher for me? Okay, so what is the deep teacher learning for you from this deck? Let's see. The 3 of Cups, the community. Oh wow, it's the friendship, is the working together. Okay, pile 2. I think this deck wants you to it's probably you have a lot of disappointment in the past, and you learn that you have to hold everything in. You don't want to be with a lot of people because they will only disappoint you. And basically this deck says, let's have a different perspective and try to learn to trust people again. Wow, really nice message. Okay, if you feel alone at this time, pile 2, I would like to say you're not alone. Okay, I'm so sorry that you would feel that way, but something from the past is the past, you know. And like I said, this deck would offer you a different perspective, how to see with sound, you know, how to hear with colors, probably. So this is what this deck offered to you. I would like to hug you, pile 2. Please let me know if it's resonate. Of course, I hope it's not that bad, okay? Yeah, I will leave it there and let you decide if you would like to work with this deck or not, okay? And the last but not least is the third deck with this Atlanticide skull, and representing the neocortex in the mammalian brain. Okay, let's do this. So what kind of work are you meant to do to work together with the Madam Clara 5-cent tarot, pile 3? Let's see. 2 of buttons in reverse, so spinning plates and overwhelmed. Okay, so it's about balance. It's about how to understand how to do balance. So, and this 2 of pentacles cards is featuring the cephalopods, the, what do you call this, not the squid but the octopus with the 8 leg, right? The octopus. So I was talk about this animal extensively in the previous video. So it's also learning to think about things differently, because the octopus, the cephalopods, they have a very different minds from us, because we have the backbone, we have the vertebrae, and they do not. Which means that they think differently than us, you know. They think very quick and very holistically, in that sense. They have a different kind of intelligence. So I think this deck want to talk about that with you, you know, the type of work. Efficiency came to mind. It wants to work with you on efficiency, on how to use your time. Okay, so quite cool. So the second question is, what kind of wisdom do you offer for pile number 3? What kind of wisdom is offered for pile number 3? The Wheel of Fortune. Oh my god, all of the 3 decks, when it comes to wisdom, it's all major arcana came out. You saw how I life shuffle this deck. It's really, and it's insane, this deck. So it's the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So it's talking about destiny, and you see how these 3 monkeys, it doesn't hear, doesn't see, doesn't talk, and it's detached, and it's also something that I talked in the previous video, and it's detached with its reptilian brain, you know. So it means it's probably wants to talk about, this deck want to give you wisdom on how to reattach onto your reptilian brain, how to regulate when you need to freeze, when you need to fight, when you need to flight, you know, when you need to see, when you need to hear, when you need to talk with this Wheel of Fortune, with the karma and luck, you know. Oh, it's very interesting, the pile number 3. And this last one is the deep teacher of this deck. Sorry. The deep teacher of this deck for you is the World in reverse, with the stunted growth and emptiness, unfulfillment. Oh, so there's 2 major arcana here. One is upright, one is in reverse, and it feels to me that if you decided to work with this deck, it's really talking about how to rack your brains, really. Because I was in previous video, I was talking about how this deck make me, sorry, sorry. You see, all of a sudden I'm also cannot speak, so maybe there's this block throat chakra on how you want to speak of your mind that's being blocked so far. And also on I was talking about how this deck make me feels like connecting to the reptilian brain and the neocortex and the paleo mammalian brain, and also the cephalopods brain, you know. So if you decided to work with this deck, it's something it's a deck that would like to help you on calibrating your brain, on calibrating your mind, how you think about things in the world, you know. With this world in reverse, there's something that doesn't work in how the pattern of your life is, and it wants to be a deep teacher, be a major teacher for you for that. It's so cute. Okay, so that is the 3 different piles reading for you when if you decided to work with this Madam Clara 5-cent tarot. Please let me know how resonated it is for you, and how does it feel if you decided to work with it. Please leave it in the comments. I will appreciate it a lot, because I like this deck and I like working with its energy. I really appreciate the energy of the spirit of this deck. Thank you so much. If you're still watching by now, hope you have a good day and night wherever you are when you're watching. If you like this video, please thumbs up. Please share it for 2 people who wants to work with this deck as well, and comment it, and you know, subscribe, because that's the best way for me to know if this video works or not in the world, and if this type of video helping you for your growth in your tarot journey. And yeah, and it would also help me a lot as a YouTuber, tarot tuber. Okay, thank you so much, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.